Hey, what up? What up, people? This is Carl Xiao. Um, it's gonna be a very memorable moment for me. Today is October 21st, 2022, 9:35 in the morning. I just got back. I went to Starbucks. I got a coffee for myself because I wanna hype myself up. I did have a really good sleep and very productive morning. I got up at 5 a.m. and yeah, this video I'm gonna start my podcast again. The last podcast I uploaded was a few months ago. I created this podcast channel named Car X Life Journey, and my first episode was published on March 30th, 2022, and so far I only uploaded 4 episodes. And yeah, after the fourth one, I stopped. I don't remember exactly what was my feeling when I decided to stop. I just felt maybe it's just not necessary to keep going because I am still recording videos every day. I am still putting out content every day, but it just kind of a little too much for me to manage so many different platforms. Because I used to upload videos on Douyin, which is the Chinese TikTok, Xiao, Kuaishou. Those are the main platforms in China, and I also uploaded on Instagram, and which one is Instagram, and I thought about uploading on Facebook, but I haven't tried it. I only created a fan page. Definitely I will work on that. And so it was a little too much for me to manage at one time. So I decided to stop. I stopped for a few months now. Now I felt this is the time to start again. Definitely I have to make podcast content. I cannot wait longer because I know it will take many years for me to become good. I'm gonna just give you this. If you're watching this and listening to this from many years later, I hope you will be encouraged, that you will believe in yourself as well. This was where I started. I started in my room with the equipment I got. Did I talk about the equipment I got? I got 2 cheap lights, 1 tripod, 1 Sony Alpha 6100 camera with 16 to 50 millimeter kit lens, and a rodeo shotgun microphone. This is all I got. And because why did I mention this? Because this has been my reasons not to stop my podcast. I just felt I didn't have professional equipment. I didn't have the fancy camera. I didn't have the fancy microphone. And I don't have people who can help me to set everything up and manage my content, uploading, all that stuff. I just don't have anybody. Literally, I am the one person. I'm the only person who can do this for myself. So it is very hard. I understand. That's the whole point of me like recording this video and sharing this moment with you guys, because I just want to help more people to understand when you first start doing something, you are gonna suck. You are gonna suck a lot. Like this moment, if you're still watching, I'm so honored. You got so much patience in me. You got time that you're willing to listen to me and my stories. But the thing is, when you first start, you are going to suck. You are not going to get all the fancy equipment. You are not going to get a lot of support and likes and comments. Yeah, you are not going to get a lot of subscribers probably in the first few years. But you have to just start. If you don't start, you would never know how far you can go. You know what I'm saying? You got this idea, you got this dream in your soul. You know you're meant for this. But in the beginning, you don't have much evidence that proves for you that you can actually successfully make your vision happen. You don't even know your vision. You don't know how to describe your vision. You just feel it. Like I feel it. I feel it. Some days, I don't know who, somebody will discover my content and will actually pay attention to my content and listen to my stories and my words and got that click. He or she will start believing in themselves. That's what I want first, right? That's what I wanted. That is my intention since day one. Not just that, I believe later in the future, I will talk about more stuff that could help more people in all age, because I have this very strong confidence in myself that I have figured out the way to improve my life. I'm a very disciplined person. I'm a very ambitious person. I want to improve myself constantly. And I love challenges. I love learning. I love talking to people. I love reading. I love helping people. I love sharing my stories. Those are the traits that I learned about myself, which helped me to develop this kind of dream that I have to be on platforms. I have to be able to talk to the world. I have to put out my voice for people. Let me also share a little more what happened recently. I don't know if you can quantify the stages I have been through since I uploaded my first video. Probably I have been through many different stages, and now I'm at this stage that I'm more comfortable than ever being myself publicly. I can express myself without any filter. I have talked about sex. I have talked about my addiction. I have talked about my fear. I've talked about my stress. I've talked about my family. I've talked about my struggles. I'm willing to share all of them with people through my content because I just feel people need to hear them. When people hear them, they would not feel they're the only people who's been through this, who are going through those struggles. We all going through struggles in life. We all have difficult situations to deal with. But the thing is, they are all tailored for us to become the person that we are meant to become. You might not believe it, but later in life, when you look back, you would realize every single thing happened in the past prepared you to do something or become someone that you are meant to become and do. It takes a lot of faith in oneself to keep going, especially when no one believes and supports oneself. And I want to play the role to help others when they're experiencing some difficult situations in life. I want to be here to tell you it is okay. Don't pay too much attention to your emotions. I know people always say it's like you gotta pay attention to your emotions. I'm not saying like not acknowledge your emotions, but once you observed and acknowledge your emotions, don't overthink about them. Don't give them too much energy. Instead, focus on the present moment, because we don't really have those problems in this present moment. Whatever bothered you or she or whatever, whoever got these kind of problems or fear, stress, they're all either from the past and the future. Your mind, our mind created this. It is very hard to understand, I know. I read this book, The Power of Now. I haven't finished. So far I only read about 60 some pages. I think I have become more conscious and enlightened than I ever was. I just felt this is my obligation. This is my responsibility as a human being to help more people to become freer, happier, and more conscious. Just like Eckhart Tolle, this great man wrote this book more than 20 years ago. With his wisdom, he successfully helped so many people all over the world. That's why I believed in what I do. I'm just still very early in the journey. I have to go through this bit by bit, every struggle, every difficulties, every problems, I have to solve them one by one. I cannot be beaten down by any struggles, difficulties, problems. I cannot. I refuse to be beaten up. I will keep going. I've thought about many things that I could talk about in this podcast episode, but this is what I got. I want to encourage more people. Again, you are going to suck. You are going to suck a lot. You are going to do a terrible job. But if this is something you want to do truly, you gotta just get going. You gotta just accept the fact that you are going to suck. But it's okay. You are going to improve. If you keep going, if you do enough, if you practice every day, you are going to improve. That's how I believe in myself. 13 months ago, 14 months ago, I started making my first video. I had this strong calling in my heart that I gotta get going now. I got step out of my comfort zone. I got just try. I know I would not give up. And I know I suck. I know I won't have many audience in the beginning. But if I don't talk, if I don't put out content, if I don't try, I would never ever get good. I would never ever improve myself. At the end of the day, I tried. At least I tried. I tried my best. I don't have any regret. I would never regret that I did not try. Just like this podcast, I tried. I want to encourage you again. You want to do something for a long time? You always thought about it's not the right time. You're not ready yet. You don't have the right equipment. You don't have a team. You don't have money. You don't have time. Those are just bullshit. You are just looking for excuse for your fear and insecurity. You are running away from your fear. You gotta face your fear. You gotta accept the challenge. You gotta just put yourself in discomfort, and then you realize it's really not a big deal. We all gonna suck. We all have to start somewhere. If you don't start right now, then you're never going to start. Life is too short to wait. Yes. You know, after I talked for 18 minutes, I realized I warmed up. I can talk so much more fluently. I don't know how many minutes I can record with this camera. I definitely probably should get a better camera. This is not an excuse. This has been a lesson for me for the past 13 months. My camera had its own limit. It can only record no more than 25 minutes, I believe. But I'm thinking about recording a video or podcast for as long as an hour or even longer. So I probably need to get a camera that can record for longer. And yeah, the image quality is not the priority. It's all about how long the camera can go. Yeah. Anyway, I feel so much more relieved after I talked so much. After I finally came back to this podcast thing again. I always knew I would come back someday, but I just always had this, fear that I do not want to screw up. I do not want to get attacked I do not want to get judged by people. Those are the fears that I had for my entire life, and it is a lot of work. It takes a lot of practice to reprogram my subconsciousness, but I will get reprogrammed for sure. And I have to mention that the podcast I listened to yesterday helped me a lot. It was Tom Bilyeu's Impact series. I don't remember the episode name, but it was with Mel Robbins. The name of the podcast was The 3 Habits Billionaires Run Daily. Do this every morning. It was uploaded on October 18th, 2022. And I found this talk was really just inspiring. Mel Robbins, I have listened to her quite a bit in the past 1 year. I hope I discovered her content a long time ago. Yeah, she had her own struggles. She had her own problems, which are very encouraging. No matter who you are going to have some difficulties in life. And it is okay. It is okay to have flaws and weaknesses. And we are going to improve them. Yeah, one by one. Anyway, I just want to read some quotes by her. She talked about in this podcast. I like these quotes especially. Successful people act before they feel ready. They act like the person they want to be instead of the person they feel like today. This has been my problems for the past few months. I knew I'm going to be someone like Tom Bilyeu or David Goggins or Gary Vaynerchuk or someone I don't know yet. I just feel like I can become like them, and having those kind of impacts. And sometimes in the morning when I record the video, I felt tired after my run. Maybe I didn't sleep well the night before, and maybe I just had a lot of bothering thoughts, and I would just tell myself maybe I'm gonna record video later when I feel better in the day. But in reality, those are not the right way. The right way, as Mel says, you have to just act before you feel. You don't have to pay attention to all your feelings, because feelings arises for some strange reasons you don't even know. You don't even realize you have certain feelings in certain situations or environment, but it cannot be in the way of achieving your bigger goal and getting your stuff done. I don't know if that makes sense. I just feel like I need to act more, which I have become so much better, but I think there are definitely some space I can improve. Yeah, just like recording this podcast. If I didn't overthink so much, if I didn't delay this task for so long, I would have been doing this. I would have been posting podcast consistently. But I believe I will from this point. I will keep posting podcast, practicing, talking, expressing, telling a story, sharing my perspectives. Anyway, it's been 24 minutes. I just want to be more comfortable in front of the camera and talking. And as I said many times, I'm going to suck. I'm going to be very bad at this. I'm going to struggle quite a bit, and I'm honestly very excited about them because I know I got it. I know I will keep going. I know by showing the real me, the real journey, the real early process. Oh my goodness. Yep, as I said, my video can only be like 25 some minutes and my camera shot is off because of the overheating problems. So yeah, I actually lost the track of what I just said. Anyway, this is gonna be another beginning of me posting podcast on all platforms. I just wanna be real and authentic as I can. So thank you for watching this. Thank you for listening. I'll see you guys in next episode. Peace out. Bye.